Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to talk about something more like behind the scenes of my custom making process, because we'll be talking about some colors that I use. You should know, if you know how I tend to do my customs, that I use acrylics like this. These are just some examples that I had on my desk, but I still have a lot of them in like one box. I just didn't want to pull them all out. So these are acrylics made by a company called Amsterdam All Acrylics, as you can see here, and they are really good because you can see the real color that is inside, because the tube here is transparent, so you don't get some sort of scam like you think it's one shade of color and then it's slightly different because, for example, the saturation of the shade of the color is different, and all that other stuff. No, what you see here is actually what you get. However, today I'm going to talk about a new kind of color that is not really new, okay, because a lot of people already know about this, but it's new for me because I've never tried it before. And of course, as you may have seen, as usual from the title and the thumbnail, I'm talking about the Tamiya Colours. And guys, these colors here were incredible. Like, they totally changed my way of doing customs. And of course, this is still a limited collection because the shop that has these Tamiya Colours here is not really close to my house. So basically every time we go to this place, I have to catch the moment and take at least one of these colors. So for example, we got two shades of green here, and there's this red here, which is really cool and vivid. I really like it. Then we have this silver color here, this copper / bronze color here. I think it's actually called metallic brown, but essentially it's like copper, and I'm just going to open it up real quick to show it to you. And yeah, as you can see, it's like a brown coppery color. And we also have this metallic blue here. I still haven't used this for anything, but it's a really cool shade of blue to take a look at. Maybe like this it's a little bit difficult to see because it's all like blacked out, but trust me, it's really nice. I need to think about something to use it. And this may look like white or stuff like that, but it's actually a clear coat of paint. And this is really nice because even when it's dried up, the effect that it leaves is that it's really lucid. Like when you apply it, you can see some reflection in it. Okay, and you guys may have seen my latest Paint My Thomas video, in which I show this custom here, which is a character called Leonard from a Thomas parody called Barry the Bastard Engine. And what I used to paint the green body here was this color here, this green here. Okay, so I didn't use this green acrylic here to paint the body. I actually used it to paint the wheels because, as you can see here, it's essentially same color, okay? But for the body paint here, I actually used this, okay? And the way these colors work is that they are acrylic colors and they are alcohol based, so they have like two different densities. Like there are two parts of this color that have like two different densities. One part is more dense and it's the one that has the real color, and the other one is slightly more liquid and it's the one that has like the alcohol substance in it. Like, it's a really chemical thing. Now, I'm not really an expert, I'm just trying to explain you how it works, but essentially you have to mix those different parts together, and basically once the two parts merge together, they create the real color. So now I'm going to give you a demonstration here on this wooden palette, which is the one that I use on my workbench in order not to ruin my desk. Okay, so I'm going to open this real quick, okay, and I'll dip the color in here, and let's say that we can, for example, see here what is happening. Okay, so I'll make sure the focus is here. Okay, so I'll just dip the color in here, okay, and as you can see, I've dipped the color here inside, but you can't see anything. I mean, you can barely see something, and the color looks really watercolorish, okay? Like, it looks like a watercolor, like this green that you see here, and that is because the two colors are not mixed, okay? No, sorry, the two colors, I mean the two parts of the color are not mixed together. And you may say, oh, but what if you try to mix them, and what are you going to use them to mix them together? Well, I had found this thing here in a cosmetic shop, which is essentially this sort of mixing tool here. Apparently it's something that nail makers use to like mix the silicone-like substances that they use to make nails. So like you have, let's say, a small cup, okay, and you pour like one part of silicone, okay, another part of something chemical, you know, to make the silicone react to it. You mix all together and you get your nail material. And the best part about this is that since it's metal, it can essentially be washed after use and reused multiple times. And also, yeah, this thing here has a little brush on the other edge, but you know, I don't really use it because it's like, I don't like it. So now I'm going to mix the color here off screen because it's going to take a while, okay? I'm going to mix this green color here off screen. And a tip that I can give you is that you have to mix the color like this next to, for example, your kitchen or bathroom sink, because this way you can immediately rinse the color of this metal part here. Okay, so now I'm going to do that off screen and I'll show you what it looks like once that I've mixed it.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
Okay, so now I'm back with the color here and it's mixed together. The two parts have been mixed together. So now let's try it like in this point here. So I'm going to take the brush again like this, and you can see that the color doesn't look, you know, watercolorish anymore. But as you can see here, now it's much more evident here. And if I dip it again and do something like this, you can already see that the result looks much better. Okay, now you can still see some white here because I would need like 4 or 5 coats of color to cover up completely the white below here, but still you can see that the result is really different from what you see here. Okay, and you know, this is something that I recommend you to do with all your Tamiya colors, because again, all the colors that you see here have those two different parts. Okay, because this is stuff that is done like chemically. Okay, so like there are different chemical substances that by reacting together they create the result that you see here. And I was saying that these Tamiya colors changed my life before, because I mean, take a look at this Leonard custom. First of all, you can see that the paint here is actually reflecting the light. As you can see here, you know, it's reflecting it really well. You can even see the movement here of my finger, and that is because this is the result that this clear coat gives you here. But also this kind of color here, okay, even if you don't apply this clear coat here, it has the great advantage that even when you let it dry, you know, it still maintains that sort of lucid effect, like that glossy shiny effect, even again without applying this clear coat. I mean, I still do apply it because it's like, you know, more protection for the color, but even without this, the Tamiya color, once it's dried up, it leaves a really nice effect. And I mean, this looks like the body here, it looks like it was painted like this, like straight out of the factory. But yeah, I mean, this is really nice. So now the question is, will I stop using these acrylic colors here for my customs? Well, no, I'll just try to make a sort of mix of both things. So, you know, for things like, you know, the upper part here, you know, like the body and the foot plate, if I get a Tamiya black color in the future, I will also use this to paint details. But to paint the wheels, I feel more comfortable, like at ease, by using the acrylic colors, because to paint the wheels, I feel like I have more control with the acrylic colors. But essentially all these colors here are really good, and as you can see, they give you amazing results. So this has been a quick review on these Tamiya colors, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.